You think your authenticity is a virtue. It is not. In the grand, ruthless calculus of human interaction, your unshielded honesty is a bleeding wound in shark-infested waters. You walk into the arena of life, desperately trying to conceal your real flaws, yet projecting an aura of completely transparent genuineness. This is why you are perpetually a victim. You are prey, masquerading as an equal. The moment you enter a room, the predators are already scanning you. They are probing for the cracks in your armor, searching for the precise pressure point that will force you to bow. If you hide everything, you radiate a tense, paranoid energy that only invites harder scrutiny. If you reveal your true weaknesses, you hand them the exact blade required to slaughter you. You are trapped in a binary of your own making. Be a walled fortress that eventually starves, or be an open field that gets pillaged. It is time to step into the abyss and rewrite the rules of engagement. You must cease hiding from the hunt and become the one who orchestrates it. Welcome to the architecture of the False Vulnerability Protocol. This is not about building stronger walls to protect your genuine insecurities. This is about constructing a highly sophisticated psychological honeypot. You are going to fabricate a decoy target, a synthetic, calculated weakness that you deliberately leak to the wolves. By offering them a false vulnerability, you satisfy their predatory urge to find your flaw. They will latch on to this decoy, investing their time, malice, and strategic resources into exploiting a vulnerability that does not actually exist. While they believe they are dismantling you, they are merely dancing on a stage you built, illuminating their entire network of hostility without ever touching your true sovereignty. You trade a harmless illusion for absolute, asymmetrical leverage. Before we map the architecture of this protocol, condition your mind for the necessary ruthlessness. Drop this affirmation: my visible wounds are the traps that bury my enemies. I am the architect of their illusions, and my sovereignty is untouched by their malice. The 7 Laws of False Vulnerability. Law 1. The architecture of the decoy flaw, the Trojan Bleed. The trap. Believing that projecting absolute perfection will keep you safe from attack. The dark truth. Flawlessness breeds intense, obsessive suspicion. When a predator encounters a target with no visible weaknesses, they do not walk away, they dig deeper, employing increasingly destructive methods to unearth the truth. A synthetic flaw, a Trojan Bleed, pacifies their suspicion by giving them exactly what they want to find. The Machiavelli quote: "Men are so simple and yield so readily to the desires of the moment that he who will trick will always find another who will suffer to be tricked." The strategy. You must engineer a vanity weakness. This is an insecurity or flaw that appears genuinely embarrassing, but is entirely untethered from your actual power base. For example, if you are a master strategist, you feign a crippling sensitivity to being excluded from minor, irrelevant social gatherings, or you project a deep insecurity about a meaningless side project. You must meticulously act out this frustration, make it look like a tragic flaw in your ego. The warning: never select a decoy flaw that overlaps with your core competencies or your primary source of income and power. If your synthetic weakness compromises your actual structural integrity, you have successfully assassinated yourself. Law 2. The dopamine hack of the discovered secret. The trap. volunteering your fake weakness openly in a desperate bid to seem relatable or humble. The dark truth. Humans place zero value on what is freely given to them. If you hand them your flaw, their internal alarm bells will ring. However, people possess an unshakable dogmatic belief in the validity of information they believe they have stolen or uncovered themselves. The thrill of discovery floods their brain with dopamine, cementing the illusion as absolute reality. The strategy: employ the art of the careless leak. Let them eavesdrop on a carefully scripted, hushed conversation. Leave a supposedly private journal, a digital document, or a seemingly accidental browser tab open in their presence. React with sharp, instantaneous panic when you realize they have seen it, quickly covering it up with poor excuses. By forcing them to snatch the information from you, you bypass their critical thinking. They will guard this fake secret fiercely, convinced they hold the key to your destruction. The warning: your acting must be Oscar-worthy in its subtlety. If the breadcrumbs are too obvious, the prey gets spooked. The leak must feel earned by their own cunning. Law 3. The Kinetic Overextension. Letting the predator lunge. The trap. Instinctively defending yourself or counterattacking the moment they begin to subtly use your fake weakness against you. The dark truth: an enemy who is attacking a ghost is an enemy exhausting their own supplies. The longer they swing at the decoy, the more isolated, arrogant, and structurally unsound they become. You want them to base their entire campaign, their alliances, and their reputation on the exploitation of this synthetic flaw. The strategy: when they strike at the decoy, absorb the blow, feign distress, shrink back, reward their aggression with exactly the psychological response a true victim would display. Watch as they grow drunk on their perceived dominance. Encourage them to push further, to commit more resources, and to whisper their strategy to others. Allow the sunk cost fallacy to take root in their mind until they are so overextended that they cannot change course without immense public humiliation. The warning: your ego will scream at you. It will demand that you drop the mask and laugh in their face to prove your superiority. Silence your ego. Premature gloating is the death of leverage. Let them dig until the grave is inescapable. Law 4. The Reconnaissance of Malice. The trap. Getting emotionally wounded when people you trusted inevitably participate in the betrayal based on your fake weakness. The dark truth. Betrayal is not a tragedy. It is a high-yield data-gathering exercise. When blood is in the water, even fake blood, the true nature of the ecosystem reveals itself. The false vulnerability protocol acts as an ultraviolet light, illuminating the hidden parasitic elements in your circle. The Machiavelli quote: "It is necessary to be a fox to discover the snares, and a lion to terrify the wolves." The strategy: enter full analytical detachment. While they are busy attacking the decoy, you are mapping their network. Who do they run to with the gossip? Who stays silent? Who joins in on the covert sabotage? Who suddenly changes their tone with you? You are conducting a comprehensive systemic audit of your social or corporate environment. You are documenting their preferred weapons, their whisper networks, and their hidden alliances. You are acquiring the blueprints to their entire operational matrix. The warning: do not lose your cold objectivity. If you allow genuine anger to cloud your observation, you will miss vital data points. Treat them not as enemies, but as lab rats running through a maze you designed. Law 5. The Camouflage of Competence. The Idiocy Veil. The trap. Showing sudden, unexplainable resilience that contradicts the weakness you've established, thereby ruining the illusion. The dark truth. The pinnacle of predatory advantage is achieved when your adversary genuinely believes they have permanently broken your spirit. When they think they have you pinned, they drop every single one of their defensive shields. They become sloppy, arrogant, and entirely unguarded around you. The strategy: you must wear the Idiocy Veil. After they have thoroughly exploited the decoy, you must play the part of the defeated. Be slightly disorganized, show hesitation in your speech, let them interrupt you, feed their God complex. By acting perfectly castrated by their maneuver, you become invisible to their threat detection radar. While they're busy celebrating their victory and ignoring you, you are quietly moving your actual pieces into striking position, entirely unopposed. The warning: do not overact the defeat to the point of permanent reputational damage. Subtlety is the language of the abyss. Be just defeated enough to satisfy their malice, but functional enough to remain in the room. Law 6. The pivot of annihilation. The trap snaps. The trap, exposing the ruse merely to embarrass them or to win a petty argument. The dark truth: you do not spring a psychological trap to scratch an itch, you spring it to cause total systemic shock. You wait until they are entirely dependent on the false narrative they have built around your weakness, until their own success is precariously balanced on the illusion they think they control. The strategy: identify the moment of maximum leverage. This is usually when they attempt to use your weakness to publicly humiliate you or to secure a major victory at your expense in front of key stakeholders. In that exact fraction of a second, you drop the veil. You pivot with absolute, terrifying competence in the exact domain they thought you were weakest. You deliver a flawless, overwhelming counterstroke that completely invalidates their premise, dismantles their argument, and exposes their sabotage. The warning: strike for absolute annihilation of their credibility. If you only partially expose them, they will spin the narrative. You must execute with such overwhelming, undeniable force that the spectators realized the predator was actually the prey. Law 7. The sovereign reset. Vacuuming the battlefield. The trap: gloating, explaining your master plan, and taking credit for the psychological manipulation after the victory. The true predator consumes in silence. If you explain the false vulnerability protocol to your defeated enemy or to the onlookers, you instantly become a terrifying, untrustworthy manipulator in the eyes of everyone. You disarm yourself for the future by revealing your blueprints. The Machiavelli quote: "Never attempt to win by force what can be won by dissection." The strategy: vacuum the battlefield, erase your fingerprints. When the trap snaps and they are ruined, act mildly surprised by your own sudden success. Gaslight the enemy into believing that they simply miscalculated or that you experienced a sudden miraculous surge of competence. Deny any orchestration. Let them agonize in private, their sanity eroding as they try to comprehend how their perfect plan failed. Destroying their reputation is standard. Destroying their capacity to trust their own strategic mind is sovereign warfare. The warning: the urge to take credit for your genius will be immense. Kill that urge. To explain the trick is to hand them the very weapon they need to defeat you next time. The conclusion: the transition from prey to architect is not marked by a sudden display of strength. It is marked by the mastery of illusion. The weak spend their entire lives frantically patching the holes in their armor, terrified of who might see them bleed. The Machiavellian architect takes a scalpel, paints a masterpiece of fake blood, and waits in the shadows with a net. By employing the false vulnerability protocol, you cease to be a victim of circumstance. You start fearing the malice of others and start weaponizing it. You allow the toxic, the opportunistic and the predatory, to gorge themselves on a poisoned banquet of your own making, observing from the abyss as they orchestrate their own demise. You are no longer participating in their game. You are writing the code to the simulation they are trapped in. Lock this mindset into your neural pathways. Memorize the geometry of the trap. Drop this final affirmation. I do not fear the hunt, for I control the bait. My enemies drown in the illusions I feed them, while I rule the reality they cannot see.